Hello everyone! Today I want to show you guys how to make sourdough starter. It's also called Levain. Sourdough starter is a leavening agent made from a mixture of flour and water, 1:1 ratio, and use it to bake sourdough bread. Now let's get started. You need a mason jar, just like this. I recycle my pasta sauce jar for this, but make sure you wash and dry well so there is no bacteria growing inside. Now tare your scale to 0 gram. Put in 10 grams of dark rye flour, 10 grams of water. A total of 20 grams are added on day 1 with 1:1 ratio of water and dark rye flour. Use a spoon or fork to mix well together, just like this. Now use a label to label the date for day 1 for your sourdough starter. It will help you to keep track on how many days you are in. Now cover it with the cap loose. Do not tighten it, because you need the air to go in for it to do the fermentation. Now set it aside and wait for the next day. We are on day 2 now. Let's check out the starter. It seems like no activity is going on day 2. But it's okay, it's normal. And we are only on 2nd day. Let's continue. Pour in 20 grams of water. And make sure you tare your scale to 0 every day for the new measurement. On day 2, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to put in 10 grams of bread flour. And 10 grams of dark rye flour. A total of 40 grams are added on day 2. Again, mix well together. Same as day 1. Cover it with the cap loose and set aside for tomorrow. Now we are on day 3. Let's see how our starter is doing. I can see some small tiny air bubbles inside. It means the sourdough starter is active and it starts to grow. Now let's do the feeding for day 3. Tare the scale to 0. Pour in 20 grams of water, 10 grams of dark rye flour, and 10 grams of bread flour. Again, total 40 grams added on day 3. Now mix well together.
One day we'll set away bell sounds to kiss a girl. When a rainbow's over you kiss, no one needs to know. It's like a dream I dream, Peter Pan for you, oh my.
Now we're on day 4. Let's check it out. Wow, the sourdough starter has doubled its size today. Look, you can see more air bubbles inside and outside. These bubbles also telling me it's hungry. It needs to be fed again. The ideal temperature for your sourdough starter is in a warm place at 70 to 75 degrees. And in the cooler room temperatures, the starter will take longer to rise for this fermentation process. So the temperature really affects how fast your starter will grow. The warmer the temperature, the starter will grow faster. Now let's do the feeding for day 4. Pour in 20 grams of water, 10 grams of bread flour, and 10 grams of dark rye flour. Now we're on day 5. Let's see how our starter is doing. You can see bigger air bubbles, and you can smell something like sour, alcohol, or even aged Parmesan cheese smells from your sourdough starter. This means your sourdough starter is growing very healthy and active. Also telling me it needs to be fed again. And we're going to add more water and flour on day 5. We're going to pour in 30 grams of water this time. $15 grams of bread flour. 15 grams of dark rye flour. Total 60 grams are added on day 5. This time I will use a rubber band to mark the growth of the sourdough starter, because normally it rises a lot more on the 5th or the 6th day. Actually, you can use it earlier to track the growth of your starter as well. Now we are on day 6. Wow, it rises more than double today. It's because it was really hot yesterday, which makes the sourdough starter keeps growing. Making sourdough starter takes about 5 to 7 days, depending on the temperatures. Each day, you feed the starter with equal amounts of flour and water. Now, to test to see if your sourdough starter is ready, fill a glass with room temperature water and drop half teaspoon of the starter into the water. If it's floating, that means your sourdough starter is ready. Let's do it. Yay, it's ready. Look at that. Now you can use it to make your own sourdough bread. After you take out the amount of sourdough starter you need for making the sourdough bread, put the remaining starter in the fridge until your next baking. When you are ready to bake again, take out the starter from the fridge and feed the starter with the equal amounts of water and flour. The starter will grow again for your next baking. In my other YouTube video link below, I will show you how to make this simple sourdough bread with using this sourdough starter. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my video today. If you do, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on that bell notification down below. And please leave me any comments if you have any questions. Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.